Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to talk about a topic that might be a little sensitive, but is incredibly important, especially for those in middle age in the US. That is financial mistakes. Middle age is often the peak of your career, the time when you have the highest income, but also the time when you face the most financial pressures: mortgages, raising children, caring for aging parents, and preparing for retirement. With so much to worry about, making financial mistakes is understandable. But these mistakes can have long-term consequences, affecting your financial security in the future. Today, we will together explore 5 biggest financial mistakes middle age makes, and how to avoid them, identifying these common pitfalls, understanding why we fall into them, and most importantly, how to avoid or correct them, protecting your financial future. Dear friends, for young and middle-aged people in America, especially those in their 40s and 50s, managing finances becomes much more complex. We are in a stage of earning potential, but also when family expenses are high. Financial mistakes during this period are particularly dangerous because you have less time to recover from them before retirement. Recognizing these common mistakes and proactively making changes is essential to ensure a secure financial future. According to studies on personal finance and behavioral economics, factors such as social pressure, lack of financial literacy, and poor emotional management can lead to incorrect financial decisions, especially during periods with many life changes like middle age. So, what are the biggest financial mistakes middle age often makes? And how can we avoid them? We will go through some common mistakes and ways to overcome them. The first mistake, and perhaps the most serious, is not saving enough for retirement. Many people in middle age do not prioritize retirement savings, or underestimate the amount of money they actually need to live comfortably when they stop working. Why is not saving enough a big mistake in middle age? Because the longer you wait to start saving or increase your savings rate, the more you lose the power of compound interest. The years in your 40s and 50s are the golden age to accelerate retirement savings. Example: you only contribute a small amount to your company's 401k, or even have no personal retirement account. You assume Social Security will be enough to cover everything, or you prioritize other expenses over long-term saving. Work: you don't take full advantage of the employer match in your 401k, missing out on a significant amount of free money. How to avoid or correct? Calculate the amount of money you need for retirement based on your desired lifestyle. Increase your contribution rate to your retirement accounts to the maximum allowed, including catch-up contributions for those over 50. Automate the transfer of savings to your retirement account. The second mistake, the burden of interest, is taking on too much debt, especially high-interest debt. Although borrowing for a home or car is common, accumulating unchecked high-interest credit card debt or personal loans can drain your finances. Why is taking on too much debt a mistake in middle age? Because the money you pay for loan interest is money you cannot use to save or invest for the future. Debt also causes significant financial stress, affecting health and relationships. Debt like the chief's debt, an older generation says about being heavily in debt. Example: You use credit cards to pay for vacations or luxury goods without the ability to pay off the balance monthly. You borrow personal loans to cover non-essential expenses. Family. Financial debt causes stress in the marital relationship. How to avoid or correct? Create a detailed debt repayment plan, like the snowball or avalanche method. Prioritize paying off the highest interest debt first. Avoid taking on new debt for non-essential expenses. The third mistake, the incorrect sacrifice, is prioritizing funding kids' college over retirement savings. Love for children is boundless. But sacrificing your own financial future to pay 100% of your children's college tuition can be a serious mistake. Why is prioritizing kids' college over retirement a mistake? Because children can borrow money for college, student loans. But you cannot borrow money for retirement. If you don't have enough money in old age, it can become a burden for your children. Example: you withdraw money from retirement accounts to pay for your children's tuition. Or you stop contributing to your 401k for many years to focus on this. Family. You feel pressured to cover all college costs for your children without discussing their ability to contribute. How to avoid or correct? Prioritize your retirement savings first. Have open and realistic conversations with your children about college costs and funding options, scholarships, grants, student loans. Consider education savings plans like 529 plans. But do not sacrifice your essential retirement savings. The fourth mistake, the costly oversight, is failing to plan adequately for healthcare costs in retirement. Many people underestimate medical expenses in old age, which can quickly deplete retirement savings. Why is not planning for healthcare costs a mistake? Because even with Medicare, you will still have significant costs for premiums, co-pays, medications, and potentially long-term care. Example: you don't thoroughly understand retirement health insurance plans. You don't budget a significant amount of money in your retirement plan for medical expenses. You don't consider long-term care insurance. How to avoid or correct? Learn about Medicare and supplemental insurance options. Estimate potential medical expenses based on your health status and life expectancy. Include healthcare costs in your retirement budget plan. Consider long-term care insurance, if applicable. The fifth mistake, the emotional player, is making investment decisions based on emotion or impulse. Financial markets have ups and downs. And overreacting based on fear, selling during market downturns, or greed, buying into hot markets without understanding, can seriously harm your long-term returns. Why is making investment decisions based on emotion a mistake? Because successful investment strategies are usually based on calmness, research, and a long-term perspective. Emotions can cloud judgment and lead to incorrect decisions at crucial times. Greedy then deeply damaged, an older generation says, especially true in investing. Example: you sell all your stocks when the market drops sharply out of fear of losing money. Or you put money into a hot investment you don't understand well out of fear of missing out. Work. You make investment decisions based on unreliable advice from colleagues. How to avoid or correct? Create a long-term investment plan and stick to it. Avoid checking your portfolio too frequently, especially during volatile market periods. Diversify your investments to reduce risk. Consider working with a financial advisor for objective advice. In addition to the 5 major mistakes mentioned above, middle age can also make some other financial mistakes that are equally important. Mistake 6. Not having an adequate emergency fund. Not having enough savings to cover unexpected expenses, job loss, medical emergency, home repair, can force you to use retirement savings or take on debt. Affecting financial stability. Prepare for when the weather turns bad. An older generation says, emphasizing the importance of preparing for the unforeseen. Mistake 7. Poor personal financial management, no budgeting, no tracking expenses. You cannot control your finances if you don't know where your money is going. Mistake 8. Not communicating openly about finances with your spouse, partner. Money issues are one of the most common causes of relationship stress between couples. Lack of transparency and shared goals can lead to conflicting financial decisions. Husband and wife together can scoop out the East Sea. An older generation says about the power of a couple working together, including financially. Mistake 9. Not updating your estate plan. In middle age, you may have accumulated assets and have a family. Not having or not updating your will, beneficiaries, and other important legal documents can cause significant trouble for your loved ones. Mistake 10. Insufficient investment diversification. Putting all your eggs in one basket, investing only in one asset class or industry, increases your financial risk. Maintaining a clear mind for smart financial decisions, nutrition and self-care. To make wise financial decisions and cope with money-related stress, you need a clear mind and a healthy body. Nutrition supporting memory, focus, and coping with financial stress, integrating food instructions. Omega-3 fatty acids, good for brain function, helping maintain alertness and decision-making ability. Sources: fatty fish, salmon, sardines, walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds. Antioxidant-rich foods help protect brain cells from damage due to stress, including financial stress. Sources: berries, dark leafy greens, dark chocolate, in moderation. B vitamins, essential for nervous system function and energy production, helping you maintain focus and cope with pressure. Sources: whole grains, lean protein, eggs, leafy greens. Magnesium, supports stress reduction and improves mood, can help you make calmer decisions. Sources: dark leafy greens, nuts, beans, whole grains, lean protein and complex carbohydrates, provide stable energy, helping avoid mental fatigue when dealing with complex financial issues. Easy to find and prepare. All the above foods are easy to find. Simple preparation like steaming fish, making green salads, cooking oatmeal, snacking on nuts. How to incorporate daily. Start the day with a nutrient-rich breakfast. Pack a healthy lunch. Snack on fruit and nuts. Ensure main meals have enough lean protein and vegetables. Simple recipe ideas. Brain boosting, smoothie, spinach. Berries, chia seeds, yogurt, smart finance, salad, leafy greens. Canned tuna, salmon, walnuts, olive oil, oatmeal with flax seeds and berries. Mechanism of action. These nutrients help support brain structure and function, improve blood flow to the brain, provide stable energy, and help the body cope better with stress, thus supporting you in making wiser financial decisions. Nutritional advice and recommendations related to finance. Avoid emotional eating. When financially stressed, we tend to eat unhealthy foods. Be mindful of this. Ensure regular meals. Skipping meals can lower blood sugar and affect focus and decision-making ability. Limit excessive alcohol and caffeine. They can affect sleep and mood, reducing your ability to cope with financial stress. Note underlying medical conditions. If you have any medical conditions, consult your doctor or a registered dietitian for a suitable diet, especially when dealing with stress. Specific warnings. Medication-food interactions. Allergies. Bringing it all together. The path towards financial security in middle age. Middle age is a challenging financial stage, but by identifying and avoiding these common mistakes, you can absolutely build a solid financial foundation for the future. This requires discipline, knowledge, and emotional management skills. Skillful in eating then full. Skillful in pulling then warm. Live within your means. Save and invest wisely. And do not let money control your life. Start your financial improvement journey today. Even with small steps. Don't be discouraged if you have made some mistakes. The important thing is to learn from them and move forward. If you are facing serious financial difficulties, overwhelming debt, or feel overwhelmed by managing money, seek professional help. A financial advisor, credit counselor, or non-profit financial counseling service can provide necessary support and guidance. At the same time, remember that wealth is not just money, but also health, relationships, and inner peace. Do not sacrifice these important aspects to blindly pursue financial goals. Dear friends, middle age is a crucial time to shape your financial future. By avoiding these common mistakes and applying smart financial strategies, you are fully capable of achieving financial security and enjoying a fulfilling life. Don't hesitate to share a financial mistake you have learned from and the lesson learned, or a financial management tip you find effective, or any questions about this topic in the comments section below. Our community is here to share experiences and support each other on the journey towards financial stability. And if you found this video helpful and want to learn more about personal finance, smart investing, and how to build a secure financial future, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next videos.